Hey YouTube, it's me, Proto Genius, and this is a repost of how to make my f18 Hornet out of paper, because I had a lot of people asking me to talk them through it, and so this is a repost of it, and so here we go. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a regular sheet of copy paper, and we're going to fold that right in half. Then we're going to open that up, and we're going to do my my fold that I do on a lot of my airplanes. Just fold straight up into the top corner of the airplane. Piece of paper. You get up right into your corners. That makes it a lot better if you get right into the corner, because that way it looks a lot better and it flies better. Okay. You fold it up, open it up, and fold back over again. Make sure it's right up into the corner. So that's folded over. Now what we're going to do is, see how we got a nice X there now? What we're going to do is just kind of push those sides down on there, and then flatten that out on there. Kind of make it look kind of like a house. Now you need to make sure that this line and this line match up good with each other. Go right up into the point on this. So yeah, now we have our house shape right here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this airplane, or this piece of paper, and kind of fold this up and open this, and do the exact same thing on the top of this. Make sure that the points come together real well on that. So it's going to look like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to make a fold from this point all the way to this back corner right here. So let's make sure you get that in there real good. So there's that one, and then just make sure you get a good mirror fold on the other side. Fold that over, flip it over, and get that right there. Okay, so we got our mirror folds now. Now what we're going to do is, this is what kind of guesswork for this part right here. That's probably where some people got lost. Anyway, so you're going to come up from the point right here. You can come up from the point up to about 1.5 inches, you know. I know my tip's not perfect, but anyway. Come up about 1.5 inches, and you're going to fold from there into this back corner right here. And so I'm just going to fold that up and over like that into that point that we picked to go to. Then you're going to start to see that cockpit shape right here. See? Alright, now what we're going to do is just flip that over, get a good mirror fold of that on the other side. And the closer you get on your mirror folds, the better, because it'll turn out really well. And so, yeah, this should be pretty parallel now with each other. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that, and you see this fold right here. You're going to fold right along that right here, all the way back into the corner. You can see we've got this as kind of a line to guide us right there. So fold that right back into the corner of the tail, or the middle of the tail. Go right along that line right there. Now we're going to flip that over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, good mirror fold. Alright, so we've got it to this point. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and fold that over on one side. Now if you look, we have a nice little point right here where the two lines kind of match up with each other. Now that's going to be our reference point. We're going to end up folding onto that point, and we're going to do a parallel fold with this line right here, and we're going to just kind of go to that point. Yeah, go to that point right there and fold that up and over. Just try to make it as parallel as possible with the other line. Like that. And now what we're going to do is just flip that over, fold down the other side and get a good mirror fold on that. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully open up one side of that. And try not to crinkle our rudders there. And we're going to fold this over right here, and kind of don't fold it right to this other piece. Kind of pull it back a little bit, like 1/4 of an inch is fine on that. If you're a quarter, a little bit less than 1/4 is fine. It doesn't have to be right up against it, but if you put it right up against that, it will make it harder to get the wing to sit flat when you fold it up. Alright, so do that. Now what we're going to do is just fold that back over again. Careful with that. And get a good mirror fold, the same way on the other side. Fold that over. Let's get our 1/4 or less. And if you notice, it doesn't go right into the corner back here. It's actually kind of flat back here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to flatten that back out again. And on our rudders, now don't fold right into the where these lines meet up. Just kind of, you can pull it back a little ways. It actually looks good if you pull it back about 1/2 inch, or maybe just a little bit less than 1/2 inch, and make sure our line's good and parallel with that line right there. As we fold that piece over, and then flip that over and mirror that as well. So just kind of make it match up good on that. Oh, careful there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold these up and out of the way. See, fold it up and out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to work on the front of our airplane, on the front wing. So what we're going to do is, as you can see where this line is, what we're going to do is go right into the point of the airplane with our fold, kind of fold parallel to that, and I'll show you. It's going to kind of pull back a little bit with the rest of it, so kind of flatten that out right there, and so it's going to kind of look like that on the bottom. And so you're just going to kind of do that, and then make sure you get a good mirror of that on the other side. Fold that up and over, and then you can just kind of follow your lines as you're mirroring. It makes it a whole lot easier. Make sure, though, that you try and get as close as you can, otherwise it's going to be a little bit off and it's going to be harder to get it to fly. And so now what we're going to do is, if you can see on the top of our airplane, this line right here, we're going to kind of fold up and then fold parallel to that, but don't fold all the way up to it. Kind of fold it back a little ways from that, because that's going to go up and under that piece. And so, yeah, pull it back just a little bit, make sure it's lower than that, just get it as parallel as possible on that, and then flip it over and get yourself a good mirror fold of that again. Down here to the point on that. Alright. Okay, now what we're going to do at this point is we're going to kind of pull that back a little bit, and then we're going to get up and underneath this fold right here and just push that down and inside right there. Yeah. Kind of fold that over just like that. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Pull it back, open this up right there, and push it up and underneath just like that. Alright, and now we're going to fold up our main wings. Like that. And we are done with our F18 Hornet. Now, if you have a hard time with the wings on this one, I know sometimes if you don't crease the folds hard enough, it'll kind of open up weird, and the wings won't stay real close together. So if you get a lot of separation in this area sometimes, what I recommend doing, if you get a chance, is kind of flatten it out again, keep your rudders in there, and I go across it with a clothing iron sometimes till it really flattens everything out good and everything. And then just don't burn it, and then when you open it up, it's really good and flat, like this one right here. How that one's staying good and flat. But as you can see, it's not far off right now. So anyway, all right, and that's my F18 Hornet. Feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe on my channel. I got a lot of good paper airplanes coming, so I look forward to teaching you some more.